ask anyone what they love about car racing, and they'll probably say the whole atmosphere of the sound mixed with the smell of rubber and gasoline. And I would agree. Well, this week we're in what I call the capital of the world, and there is nothing quiet about New York City. Except maybe this weekend, if you happen to take that bridge to its namesake, Brooklyn. This is the site for the final event in the Formula E racing series that has made stops around the globe. And I have to say that it's the first race event I've ever been to where earplugs are not required.
So we're in Brooklyn, New York for the season finale of the Formula E Championship. Formula E is in its 5th year of the championship, but this is the first year of what we call Generation 2 of the car, so it's an all-new car. The most important thing for us is the electrification portion. You know, Nissan is the world's leading EV seller, and bringing the awareness and the emotion and excitement of what electric vehicle can do through racing, we think is a great opportunity to give our message around Nissan Intelligent Mobility. And by racing in all of these conditions in cities around the world in different environments, we can really stress test how we can take that technology and derive the most efficiency out of it, and then use that to help develop our road cars.
5 lights are on, and we go green in New York City.
Well, I'm kind of skeptical about this, I must admit, because I haven't heard any engines so far. And the engine and the smell is the big part about coming down to a race. Otherwise, you might as well watch it on TV. It's exciting there.
The sound and the smells are all combined when you have a great race, because if you had a race where the leader is out 30 seconds from everybody else, doesn't matter what it sounds like. It's not fun, it's not exciting. What we have here in Formula E is 20 drivers that on any given race weekend might win the race. Everyone says they don't like it, has never actually been to an event. You have to come to an event and see what it's like and feel what it's like to be at a Formula E event, I think, before we can say that it's missing something.
So it's kind of like they've had a racing series that they can start from the ground up and do it right this time for the current day, for the sort of thing that we're interested in. Like they're bringing the racing to the city instead of making you drive out for an hour from the city to go watch it, stuff like that. And on public streets and things, that's always got to be exciting. So yeah, I was skeptical, kind of cynical coming down here. Not so much now, but we'll see how the racing goes.
Sims around the outside of Wehrlein in turn 1. Brilliant move from Alexander Sims, and he is going to nab third place.
We've had so far a very good show. The races are really interesting. We've had 8 different winners in 11 races. So I think it's been pretty interesting and difficult to predict. And I think that the fans really enjoy the fact that it's difficult to know who's going to win before the race ends.
Daniel Abt in attack mode in the Audi, goes to the outside. Sims is late on the brakes. And he's going to show him the door, nicely defended, and that's going to allow the other BMW, Antonio Giovinazzi, to get in the fight. Abt tries to shut him out of the way, and through goes Mitch Evans.
The secret sauce of Formula E is around energy management. That is the most important aspect. We have a limited amount of power, and we have a given race distance. The question is can you go around the circuit faster than everyone else, consuming the least amount of energy? That's the trick in Formula E.
We're hearing a lot of, this is the future of racing.
Yeah, it probably is. I mean, in 20 years' time, are they going to have internal combustion engines roaring around the track? Is everybody still going to be going, whoa, about the latest Ferrari that makes 1,000 horsepower but spews out emissions? I don't know. I don't think so. They're telling me that they go really fast. The torque is immense right from the beginning, everything else. I want to see how different it is and whether they do take different lines, because they can press little buttons and get boosts of power that is not so easy to do with a regular race car, right? And this time it's all controlled to add a bit here and take away a bit there that's not needed. It'll be interesting to see the racing.
And he uses fan boost to attack Wehrlein and go up the inside and take 5th position.
I think, next year it's going to be another milestone with Mercedes and Porsche joining the championship. I think it's going to bring it to the next level, and clearly as a driver, I'm really proud to be part of that. Well, I think at the end it's important to be in the big cities, just because today I think the electric cars would suit the city centers very well. And I think that it's great to bring such a good show and a good awareness into big cities, you know, because we get lots of exposure, and I think it's easier to spread the message.
So far, it's pretty cool. We're from Indianapolis, so we've seen the Indy 500, but this is a lot different, and it's pretty cool to see the cars go by.
It's not exactly rolling thunder, though.
It's not, no. I mean, they're a lot quieter than the Indy 500 cars, a lot quieter, but they are really cool.
Usually when I come to like a NASCAR race or some sort, I have to wear like earplugs because it's so loud, and this is completely quiet.
Is that good or bad?
It's amazing.
Why?
Because I get to enjoy the experience and actually be out here and not have to cover my ears or anything of that sort.
Can it sustain itself? Can it be racing of the future?
Absolutely, 1,000%.
And Sebastian Buemi with his first win of the season.
You own an electric car at home?
Yes,
Okay.
I have a Nissan Leaf.
What's the other car in your driveway?
I'm getting a GTR, Nissan GTR.
Well, the 5th season of the Formula E race series is wrapped up here in New York City, and I got to admit, I came in here feeling a little skeptical. But now, after a weekend of 2 races, they put on a first-class event, not only for the teams, but also for the fans. And as far as the racing goes, and I'm an F1 fan, both races were more exciting and certainly more competitive than most of the races we see on the F1 circuit over the last few years. And you also hope with a series like this, they will learn more about improving battery technology. But, and you knew there would be a but, all week organizers have been touting this as the future of car racing. In fact, one speaker suggested that F1 would actually have to go electric someday. Well, I left my crystal ball at home, but you know, it ain't gonna happen in my lifetime or yours. Maybe. What do you think? Drop us a line at motoringtv.com. And that's it for now, but we'll see you next time out as we continue to bring you more stories about cars and the people who drive them.